Hello friends and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz. I'm so excited you're here. It is time for the Spellbinders New Year's sale. They have a really amazing sale every year, but this time they have outdone themselves. They have tons and tons of deals, most things at 50% off. And if you scroll down here, you'll see there are 29 pages of deals here, but that doesn't include all of these categories. So when I did my counting, it was over 35 pages of deals. I know that can be overwhelming. So what I've tried to do is go through this sale, sort out the best deals, the best bargains, and also just pick out my very favorites for you, so you aren't spending all day trying to figure out where the best stuff is in this sale. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Sarah Liz, and I am on a mission to make card making more affordable and more accessible for everyone. To do this, I release free printable kits on the first and third Friday of every month, full of sentiments for your cards, along with card sketches and sometimes digital paper and ephemera. We're also about to begin days 11 and 12 of 12 days of giveaways in December, where I'm giving away over $2,000 in crafty supplies just as a thank you, just as a way to bring a little joy to everybody. And today we're going to dig through this sale so that you can get the most out of your crafty budget and stay within your budget. So let's dig in. Okay, friends, beneath the video, you're going to click on more or show more, depending on your device, and it will unpack this description box, and it's going to break down for you my top picks, like the best bargains that I could find. And we're starting with collections. We're going to go through a few of these things on my computer just to kind of show you how things are organized, but then we'll go to the tabletop and I'll show you card samples so you have a better sense of what these different items look like when you get them and start putting them on your cards. I was able to fit everything through items that cost about $13.50 at half off, but then I run out of room. There is a limited number of characters allowed in a YouTube description box, and I've gone way over that. So at the beginning here and at the end, there is a link you can click on that will give you a visual version of this supply list, and it's going to break it down for you. 50% off all of the pieces in that particular collection, or 50% off most pieces within a particular collection. So if there's a collection that came out that you've been waiting for, that can help you find it. And then I have little placeholders in here to organize for you by price. They go in ascending order. So this is $7.51 to $9.91. The least expensive item will come first, and then they will get higher as you go along. I know that then you're able to shop and say, hey, I'm not even going to look at anything over this price point because I know that's out of my budget. So the link to that visual supply list is right up here at the top. And then when you get to the bottom and you're like, I know she told me about another thing, it's the same link down here at the bottom. But I want to click on a couple of these collections for you. So we're going to start by looking at the BB's Snowflakes collection. And in here, there are pieces like this one, the pop-up snowflakes, that are a $30 item on sale for $5. So even though you can get the bundle at half off, there are items individually priced at less than half off. So I tend not to link to bundles. I will link to the whole collection. Sometimes there are items in the collection that are more expensive, and so the bundle is the only way to get them all at half off. But I like for you to have options and to be able to make really informed decisions. Here we have a bunch of collections where every item in the collection is half off, and what I love is that we have some new ones. The Tunnelscapes came out in June. That includes these items where we're making cards that can be box cards, that can have all sorts of interior pieces in them, and then there's lots of decorator items as well. It includes not your ordinary card collection. This just came out. This came out this fall, and the entire thing is half off. You can get the bundle, like if you get here later and some items are sold out, the bundle is also half off, but I prefer to be able to pick and choose. Out and About right here, that is the collection that came out with the Scout mini die cutting machine. So that was in June. Birthday Monsters came out last January, but they have been really holding back. I think our last sale, we finally saw it, maybe the warehouse sale at 50% off, but that's only happened in the last few months. Propagation Garden was last spring. And again, that one just recently we've seen at half off. Windows with a View, again, slow to go to half off. That was last winter. But then here, So Hero Arts just got bought by Spellbinders, and so I have linked to a bunch of Hero Arts cover plates. They are all half off. I was doing a bunch of live streaming as I was giving away the 12 Days of Christmas items, and people were saying they really like cover plates, but they don't have any or very many because they're expensive. And so if you can get them at $10 instead of $20, I think that's pretty awesome. So I linked to those. We also have the Essential Holiday Collection from Lisa Horton, an absolute favorite of mine, came out this fall, right? So lots of new items mixed in with those older items. Then there are a few collections where some of the pieces are half off, but not all of them. So this is the cocktails collection. They call it the happy hour collection. And the focal point of that collection is this martini glass, and it is sold out. But a lot of the individual items are on sale for half off, and I will show you some of those as we start to look at card samples. I just raved to all of you about this Lush Leaves embossing folder, one of my all-time favorites. I'm giving away one of those in the 12 Days of Christmas. Then we also have this collection that came out, I think, in August. It's a scrapbooking collection, but you can certainly use it for card making. And most items are half off, but because there's paper in here too, those are not. So a lot of times you'll see dies half off, but if the collection includes other materials, they'll be less of a discount. This is an oldie but a goodie. It is the Envelope of Wonder. Most of these are half off, but it's sort of odd to me. Like Halloween Wonder is full price right now, and that's super unusual. But there is a bundle down here. If you want all of them, you can get them all at half off, or you can pick and choose, and most of them you can get individually that way. So make sure you're clicking on collection and not just searching for a bundle. This was a really cute collection from Nicole Spohr that came out last year. And then this one is the Gnome Drive collection, and I'm going to show you lots of samples because I love it so much. But tons of this stuff is half off as well. Honestly, it's just the bundle that isn't half off, but all the individual pieces are, right? So be careful of bundles. Then there are two more items on deep discounts. You can get the Crafty Advent Calendar for $50. It's originally $130. In past years, these have sold out. Like they are gone by the time Christmas rolls around. I saw incredible inspiration. I highly recommend Crafty Al's channel, Call Me Crafty Al. My friend Alicia did a phenomenal job this year showing you lots of advent calendars. And then the 12 Days of Stitchmas is also on sale. It's $70 down from $160. Those are both at greater than a 50% discount. You can always hang on to it until next year and then follow along with older videos and make things in the Advent season. I just think they're a lot of fun, and I'm sort of shocked that they still are around. All right, then we start listing items from low to high. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tabletop. All right, we're starting with a surprise favorite at $3.50, down from $7, is the Flowering Tree. It's part of the Out and About with Scout collection. And so we get a lot of die sets that are smaller. They're less overwhelming, I think, to put together, but they're still really beautiful. You get great deboss detail on this tree. The flowers come with it. So $3.50 down from $7, but the thank you also is $3.50 down from $7. These two dies, or 4 dies, really, it's the words and then the shadow dies, come together. There's another separate set here that has hello and smile. That's $3.50 down from $7. This is a larger set, so it's a little more expensive, but it's still only $7.50 down from $15. So if you just have a small die cutting machine or you're newer at die cutting, I think all of these are really great options for you. Next, we have the Dancin' Watercolor Holiday die cut pieces. So this one dances, though if you didn't want to make an interactive mechanism, you could just glue the pieces together. But you get 2 of each girl or of each die cut piece. So I have her legs and then this tree. I have the sentiment Merry Christmas was in there. These pieces were in there. The shelf is separate. That didn't come in there, but the rest of it did. For quick and easy cards, or if you don't always like die cutting, but you do like bright ephemera pieces, these are $4 down from $8. I loved playing with these. Then we have a handful of embossing folders that are $4.50 down from $9. This one is actually an A2 card front, and it's maybe easier to see here. I'm going to show you the back. It has thanks in it. and it fits an A2 card front, and I haven't even finished these. I just played with them. I did a little ink blending over the top on both of these. So there's a thanks, a hello, and a happy birthday. I think there's one more, but these are 3D embossing folders. Then there are some 2D embossing folders that are absolutely stunning. This one is a favorite. It's the Diamond Plaid. It is difficult to see on camera. I've given all my card samples away. This is huge. It'll fit a half a sheet of cardstock in there, and it's only $4.50. Don't be fooled. Just because it's a 2D embossing folder doesn't mean it's any less gorgeous or amazing than a 3D. They just have different levels and depths of embossing, but they're still awesome. Then another favorite of mine is this monoline stars. It says 3D, but this is actually a 2D folder, and I love this one too. There are a handful of other 2D folders as well, but these are my favorites. Next, I have a handful of items that are $5, like exactly $5. So this one we've already talked about. It's the pop-up snowflake, and it sort of twists and spins and pops up. I've given away my samples, but this mechanism can be repurposed for lots of other options. This is originally $30, and now it's down to $5. This is the Hip Hip Hooray. It's a hot foil plate, but it also comes with a die that will cut that out. That is $5 down from $17. There's another one there from Carissa Wiley that's Poppin' Birthday. It is also $5 down from $17. So enormous discount on these couple of items. And then this one is $5. It's called Sneaking a Kiss. It's down from $27. This was a small die of the month. Look how stinking cute it is. And she's a dancer, so there's a little hole in the die cut for her legs so they can swing back and forth. If you didn't want to make them swing, you can totally skip that and just glue them together. But I love all of the dance and dies. So 3, 4, if you count the other hot foil, really great options at $5. I use cardstock from lots of different companies, and one of those companies is Spellbinders. They make incredible high quality cardstock. It's 100 pounds, so it's super thick. But what I want to point out to you is how perfect that color is. A lot of times, especially when you have a really saturated, very dark color, it will be a little uneven through the cardstock, but not Spellbinders. This is their plum color. It's one of my all-time favorites. This is indigo, also absolutely stunning. Most of their cardstock is on sale right now for $5.25, down from $7.50, and I think that's a rockin' deal. So I will just link to their cardstock in general below. Okay, this is one of those instances where you're going to want to click on the collection. Most of these alphabet florals are half off. They are $5.50. Down from $11, but not all of them. Some of them are full price right now. Though I will say if you buy the entire bundle, the bundle is half off. They have tons of different letters, and the florals are the same in all of them. So they coordinate brilliantly. And if they have, like, here's the J, and you can add this just a note, but you can remove that if you just want the monogram. I put these together really quickly one day. I love these, and I think they're a really great starter. You can hot foil with them or better press with them, but tons and tons that you can do with them. Definitely check the bundle. Next up, we have Roller Disco Dottie. This is $5 down from $11, and she's so stinking cute, you guys. I love that we have these little skates, but you can also leave them off. And then this die right here cuts that black cardstock that's behind the dots, so you don't have to paper piece those in. I absolutely love this one. It's so, so cute. Also at $5.50 is this carriage on the inside here. It's called Fairy Tale Carriage, $5.50 down from $11, and it's adorable. I've used a bunch of shimmer cardstock. The magic die, it's the word magic, and there's a shadow. I just paper pieced mine to the inside. It's $3.50 down from $7. And then on the front, we have a third die set. It's called Castle Tales, this one. It's a little bit bigger, so it is $7.50 down from $15. It is so dreamy. Like, I could not have been more pleased with how that came together. If you're interested in this pop-up mechanism that swings your emergency sentiment to the inside, if you go to my homepage for my YouTube channel, there's a little search bar there. You can just look for Castle Tales or Fairy Tale Carriage. There's a tutorial and a free printable with all the instructions that you need. So these should look familiar. These are the Dancin' Watercolor Celebrations die cut pieces. We already saw the holiday ones, but these are more birthday themed, all occasion themed. There's die cuts, there's interactive ones, there's some sentiments on here as well. These aren't quite as good of a deal. They are $5.99 down from $7.99, so 25% off. But again, I had a ton of fun with these. One of my favorite new Spellbinders products for the year are the Treasured Cardstock Assorted Packs. This is specialty cardstock, and it's a pretty heavy weight, most of them. So we have 100 pound, 85, 85, 85, 92. Okay, you get 3 sheets of 5 different finishes, and it's wonderful cardstock. You guys, this is so affordable, even when it's not on sale. You get your 15 sheets for $9 full price, but it's on sale for $6.74. I will be stocking up. I reach for this all the time. I have some less expensive specialty cardstock, but it's a really thin material. And so if I am looking to die cut something where you might see the back, or I need it to stand on its own, and I don't want to have to layer up a bunch of pieces, this has been an absolute game changer. It comes in silver, gold, and rose gold. I will link to just the general treasured cardstock collection at Spellbinders, but I would absolutely check this out. This is a no shed glitter. We have a matte in both of them, then a brushed metallic, and you really can, it's hard on camera, but you really can see like a brushed finish in there. That mirror is so shiny, like you can see me, right? If I tilt that, you're gonna see me for sure. And then this pearlescent metallic has a ton of shimmer. Again, it's hard to pick this up on camera, but if you've been looking for a high quality specialty cardstock, this is an incredible bargain. Okay, friends, I have a ton of options for you at $7.50. So this is the Artful Brush die set. It's an older one. It is $7.50 down from $15, and I've used it here, and I used some lunar paste, so it actually feels like paint in there to create this beautiful background. So that's number 1. Next, we have Dancin' Grim, and he is the cutest little Grim Reaper that you ever did see. I made myself a promise this year that I would just use the Halloween supplies I had, and if I saw something I loved, I would buy it, and I would make birthday cards out of it. So this one says the number 1 cause of death is too many birthdays. Oh, and it's definitely going to a family member. I love him so much. Again, $7.50. Then we have Merry and Bright Tree, and I have 2 samples for you. This one we made maybe in Crop and Create. It was a sample that Kim Kesty taught us, and then I made this one later, and it's got a little sliding mechanism. I have a tutorial for this one on my channel as well. It came out last year, so just search for Merry and Bright Tree on my channel, and you can find this guy. I love it so much, and I just inlaid the pieces and then remove the backer to get all my placement just right here. Another favorite, the Dancin' Birthday Dragon is $7.50. He is so stinking cute, and he swings back and forth. You guys, I just copied the coloring on the package. I didn't invent anything here. Oh, he's so good. That whole collection I love so much. So this guy is $7.50, but then there is also a dino that's $7.50. Then there is this Dancin' Birthday Monster, and I don't have a sample for him anymore. That's $7.50. We have the smart glasses that are $5.50 down from $11. And so I have glasses on my little dragon here, but they're like perfect little mini Harry Potter glasses if you're making that kind of card. And then there's also a panda that's $5.50 down from $11. So again, this is one where I would just click on the collection for the birthday monsters to see what all the options are. Sometimes it's hard to pick and choose, and I do better if I can see everything all at once. Then I have 2 cards using the Badges of Honor. There is a free printable for our servicemen and women and for police officers, anybody who's sort of in that service sector. Not all heroes wear cape, with gratitude for your service. And these badges are stunning. They come from the Badges of Honor, $7.50. But then also there's a bunch of other stuff that kind of coordinates. This My Hero is $5.50 down from $11. And then there's some boots that kind of look like army boots as well. So when you get to the Badges of Honor, if you click on that link, the other coordinating products are linked on that same page, so they're easy to find. One of my very favorite cards of the year uses this Witch in Heels, which is a Halloween die, but I've used it here to create a light up card with the Wizard of Oz or Wicked. Who's seen it? Have you guys seen it? I haven't seen the movie yet. It's one of my very favorite musicals. And so I just colored some parts of her in green with my metallic green acrylic marker pen. This sentiment is another freebie that I released on my channel, and I just cut that out with my Scan and Cut and foiled it. So the Witch in Heels, $7.50. And then I have one more for you at $7.50. This is the Festive Ornaments. It comes from that Lisa Horton collection that is one of my very favorite collections from Spellbinders this year. I love how cute these are. And they're really quick and easy. They're like 2 pieces for the bulbs to layer them together. And then I just added the little backer piece and the chain on it. Oh, so cute. So this whole stack is $7.50 down from $15, with a few exceptions that were $5.50 down from $11. Just, I can't even. The number of incredible dies you can get at that price point is awesome. In case all those die sets weren't enough at $7.50, this is the Holiday Lights 3D embossing folder. It's $7.50. There's a stencil option as well that I've used in the background here. You can get the combo for $15 down from $30. If you're gonna get the embossing folder, just go ahead and get the stencils too. I love this one. It was so much fun to play with. So there's one. Then maybe my most used embossing folder for the holiday winter season is this Flurry of Snowflakes. It's a little bit of an older one, but here are a few samples. So in the background here, you can see those snowflakes, these penguins, you guys. It's the playful penguins. The penguins are sold out, but you can get the bundle of 4 products at half price. I think the bundle of 4 is like 50 bucks. It's linked in the visual supply list. It's the very last item, but I'm so bummed that those are sold out. Keep an eye out. They'll probably come back. In the background, again, you can see that Flurry of Snowflakes. This was a free printable on my channel. And then in the background here as well, you've got the Flurry of Snowflakes. So really, really great. Amazing with some of that like specialty cardstock. This one is tufted and it's exactly what it sounds like. I don't have any samples right now, but I love this one. It is so beautiful. Again, all these 3D embossing folders right now are $7.50 down from $15. And then since we're done with Christmas, which means it's practically spring, right? That's what my brain does. Flower Frenzy is gorgeous. My favorite spring embossing folder, and it gives you this really deep emboss. This is maybe the best way to show you. It's so stunning and so beautifully textural. So I made like a little envelope here, but I've put it in a background on a really elegant card, on this very playful card with a quokka, on this craft roulette card. 7 out of 7 cats don't care that it's your birthday, you guys. So definitely Flower Frenzy right up there. And then I have 2 more to show you. This is the Raindrops embossing folder. It's exactly what it sounds like. And so I 3D embossed that with the embossing folder. These hold a half a sheet of cardstock, but then this one also lights up. My studio lights are so bright, you guys. It's really hard to see that, but I just think it's super fun and a really great way to create an easy background for a card. And then this one was such a surprise to me, Argyle Plaid. And I've layered it up. Look at all of the texture and dimension on this. My sentiment's coming off because I stick them on there with removable adhesive. If you know, you know. So I can switch it later if I want to, but I just love this one. So tons and tons of really great 3D embossing folders at that price point. There are others. These are just my favorites. If you've been here, you know that I love a critter die, and this duck with umbrella has been a favorite of mine for a very long time. It is 50% off, $9.50 down from $19. And I just made a couple of like interactive cards with this one. He's so cute. I will say the video for these 2 cards is really more like a show and tell and not a full tutorial, but I do show you how to do these extra pieces with the bill for the duck and the eye. So if you get this one on my channel, search for duck with umbrella for a few pointers on that one. I mean, look at the raincoat, you guys. Okay, anybody else team critter? Let me know. Also $9.50 down from $19 is fly away. So we made this card in the Weekender. It was the Spellbinders retreat. If you didn't do that one, keep an eye out. I absolutely think it was worth every penny. They are a little pricey, but you can find an unboxing on my channel for the Weekender if you want to know what all we got. And it was top notch. The teaching was excellent. The cards were excellent. There was tons of bonus content. I used the dies that I got in there for this one, and you can sort of see the plane taking off here. I love this one. We'll get to this smile die in a little bit too, because I love that one as well. Then we have the essential tags. This one, $9.50, down from $19. That tag is like the perfect size to cut out a rectangle emergency card sentiment. So I release free printable sentiments on my channel. They come in circles, strip sentiments, and rectangles, and that is like it. It's the perfect size for that. So not all of them will fit in here because some of them are a little bigger on those corners, but a lot of them fit. Also $9.50, down from $19, are the whimsical bottle brush trees. There's actually two different styles of tree on here. So I've used these pieces, but that is like a whole different style altogether. But I just love how soft they are. As the branches are coming down, I just used two different colors of cardstock. I cannot get over this one. Another favorite Spellbinders product for the year are their large blending brushes. I have these, one for each color family, and then I have a few extras. These are massive, okay? So that is the size of my palm. They come in a 2-pack. You get 2 of them right now for $9.74, down from $13. And what I love is that these are incredibly soft and squishy, okay? I have other very large blending brushes, like I have the Altenew ones. Here's an Altenew brush, and I love these, and I still use them. But this is super stiff. Like these it doesn't move much. So if I want really dark, heavy color, this is a great option. But when I'm looking for a soft blend, where I start with maybe darker color at the bottom and I want it to fade into nothing, that soft brush gives me that ability, because I am not an expert ink blender. I'm a decent ink blender. And so I think these are really great for anybody, newbies, people who've been doing it for a while, and then anybody who has more skill. I bet you can do incredible things with these. So I cannot say enough good things. And I think the price point is really excellent. Next up, we have a bunch of options at $11. So this is the Autumn Leaves die set, and I love this. It has incredible detail in the cut lines here. I just made kind of a fun fold card with this one, and then that flap lifts up. Really stunning. So 11, down from 22. Then we have Dancing in the Rain. You've seen this card already. The girl and the umbrella come together for $11, down from 22. She's actually a dancer. I just didn't make it dance on this card, but I love this one, and the umbrella is absolutely stunning. Then we have one of my all-time favorites. This is Gnome Drive Holiday. Here's the die set. This is the only of the Gnome Drive sets that has the car and the gnome. The others have add-ons that I love and that can be used without this set if you want. But here, I have repurposed this car and stuck an Easter bunny in it. That's a Karen Burniston critter. A lot of your standard stamp and die sets are the perfect size to put in this car. There's just so many wonderful, versatile ways to use it. Amanda from Pear Blossom Press put some of her lights in the headlights and lights it up. You can see that on the Spellbinders website. It's so incredible. So I have 3 samples here for you using Gnome Drive Holiday, $11. Next, we have athletic apparel, and I made an ornament for my aunt. You guys know this is going to my aunt, but I don't know how to send a card on time, so it's going to be late. But you could also turn this into a gift tag, and this gives you the pieces that you need to make jerseys. I showed you in this video, which was less than a month ago, I want to say, how I adapted this a little bit to make it match my favorite team. I grew up as a Chiefs fan. And then this is like a little inside joke because my aunt is really a Chiefs fan. Taylor just happens to be there. But to make the letters on here, there is another set. It is called Jersey Numbers. This one is $9.50, down from $19. So it might be worth picking up that one as well. And then there's also a sporting goods set. And like from the front here, this looks like a normal sports set, but we have golf and bowling and basketball and soccer. But then we also have like lacrosse and tennis and hockey, all the things. It's the biggest sports set I've ever seen. It's 15 down from 30. So those are kind of all in the same collection. If you're interested in these sports themed items, it's up in collections. You can just click on, oh, what do they call this one? I think it's game day. Click on game day in collections and you can see all the different options so you can pick and choose a little more easily. Then we have some items from Windows with a View that are $11 down from $22. So on this card, I have this window and you can pull that out and you get the tree here and the tire swing. That's from Backyard Haven Window. That's $11. And then up in the air view has the kite and some other items to like stick in the air or the pieces I put in the planter here. Up in the air view is also $11. But I figured I would just show you the rest of the pieces in the collection while I have this out. The window itself is this Vista View window. You guys, it's huge. You can see it fills my A2. And I saw beautiful holiday cards where people put like a Christmas tree in the background. That's $13.50 down from $27. And then the Botanical Solarium has tons of plant options and little butterflies in there. And so I love this. I just think it's really, really beautiful. So that one is also $13.50 down from $27. That collection also has a stencil, some stamps, and then there's one other die set that I'll show you in a little bit that's slightly different from these. But again, you might look at collections for Windows with a View if you're interested in multiples of these products. Next up, we have the Christmas Cocktails collection. This coordinates with that martini glass that's sold out, but there are so many other ways you can use all the pieces. So I just added mine on here with a sentiment really being the focal point, and they're just dressing up that sentiment and pattern paper. And this Santa hat is the perfect size for so many different things. So I really love this one. Again, that's $11 down from $22. Then also at $11, we have some really great staple pieces. So this is the Essential Modern Ovals, and it's a tall, skinny oval. So you can really see it here. I have from top to bottom an oval that fills my card, but I've got this extra space on either side, and I think that's really different. Here, I used it to extend a mini slimline card base. I just took this at 11 inches and folded it in half at 5.5. So I can get two card bases out of the same sheet of 8.5 by 11. And I used the oval to extend it and make it a little bit taller. So I think this one is a little bit different and really, really versatile. Another great staple piece is this nested tree frames. And yes, there are little Christmas trees in here, but it also has some incredible stitched rectangles and then this sort of like bubbly rectangle. I don't know how else to describe it, but I love it. It's so great. It brings down the size of your card. I have a 5x7 here, but on an A2, this really just fills your card and then you only have to decorate this small little space. And I love when a die set can do that for you because it makes it great for a quick and easy card. Again, $11 for this one. All right, my friends, this one is not half off. This is about 25% off. It's $11.24 down from $15. It's a 3D embossing folder, but it is so beautiful. Like, it is absolutely stunning. I cannot get over this thing, and I haven't seen it on sale before, so I had to share it with you. If you've been following along, I lost it over the summer when I made this card. I couldn't get over how beautiful these supplies are. So Feather Flourish 3D embossing folder, $11.24. The Peacock Butterfly likewise isn't half off, but we've been waiting for this one. It's $22.50 down from $30, and it's big. That fills my A2 card, though it does fit all the way inside of it if you want. And I made mine into sort of a slider mechanism that holds this closed. Again, there's a tutorial for it if you just search my YouTube channel, but I had to share these with you. Coming in at $12 down from $25 is Dancing Douglas. You guys, he's so cute. And he's got the little dancing legs. He's super easy to put together because they have debossed details on here to show you exactly where to line it up. I love this guy. I love him so, so much. And those eyes are adorable for sticking on all kinds of things. So cute. Next, we have the Christmas add-on. This is from Not Your Ordinary Card. And so there's stamps in the back, dies to cut out all the stamps, and then some dies that stand alone. And so I stuck these behind what would normally fit an emergency card sentiment. And then because some of my paid tiers have the ability to resize their sentiments. This is a standard rectangle sentiment, but I shrunk it down a little bit and I used that ticket die to cut that out. And I love this one as well. Super, super cute, $12.50. Also at $12.50, we have the peony background. I love this because the background either presses like a better press plate or hot foils, but then the florals themselves are left empty. So that's what's happening on this one. I'm gonna try to show that to you. It's so shiny. And then I just ink blended up the panel. But then Yana designed this, Yana Smakula, who works for Spellbinders, and she was like, it's really solid, so just flip it over and use that as your flat plate for your reverse foiling. I had my doubts. It's the best reverse foiling I've ever gotten, and I just used the back of my press plate. And so this is what was left over, really, from the foil here. So really, really gorgeous, $12.50, down from $25. Also $12.50, I love that we have some of these like stamp and die. So let me show you this card again. It has the smile and I've used 2 of the layers. There's actually a whole nother layer of shadow on this. And then all of that is one stamp. Smile, it looks good on you. It's your special day. And then the dies will cut them all out at the same time. And then this one is a little hello, and it's got that same sort of size, right? With all 3 layers. Hello, a little hello, how are you? Miss you lots, wanted to say, my dear friend. Tons of great options. I think they're really, really versatile, and they are also $12.50, down from $25. We're gonna roll through this next set pretty quickly, but these are just staple basics. Essential arches, you get a ton of them. And I wanna show you how close together, if you nest them together, they cut. So that is $12.50, down from $25. Next, we have the Hexi Gems, and I used mine on a box card here, but you could just use that on a flat card front. This is slightly smaller than an A2 when it's popped up, but it's wonderful, and $12.50. The notched corner frames was a wonderful delight, $12.50. And the biggest one is truly about the size of an A2 card and just a little bit different. I've seen this shape now lots of places and I have fallen in love with it. So, so great, $12.50. I'm a sucker for a scallop, and this one is also $12.50. So I've used the largest to create this card front. It's a little smaller than A2, but I don't mind at all. There are 3 scallop frames, and then you have hearts, and then a scripty thanks with the shadow. Then we have the Perfect Touch rectangles at $12.50. This has a little tag in the middle, but what I love is that beautiful detailing around the outside edges that is just a little bit different. Right? It's nothing that's going to draw too much attention, but it definitely steps it up from just a regular like cut rectangle. So absolutely wonderful, the Perfect Touch rectangles. Hands down, the most valuable tool in my craft room is this main attraction tool. And it is a magnet, a really strong magnet. And I put on here dies that I use a lot. So you'll see there's a bunch of circles and scallop circles. Here is the pop-up die that I designed for Trinity Stamps that I reach for all the time. And then any dies that get misplaced and I'm like, I'm not sure what that goes with. I'm sure I will figure it out along the way, but I just stick them to my magnet until it sorts itself out. This is $12.74, down from $17, and an absolute lifesaver. At $13.50, we have the mirrored arched labels, and these are amazing. I can't even tell you. And this biggest one is huge. Here's my A2 card front, and really top to bottom, side to side, it fills that for sure. I love it here just to, again, shrink the size of the card down for a smaller focal image. And then I've used some of the anemones that we're going to talk about in just a minute, but $13.50, down from $27. The scalloped labels and tags I've used here, and we've got little pieces decorated all throughout. That is also $13.50, down from $27. This is the Essential Stylish Ovals. It's the chubbier cousin of the other ovals, the modern ovals, right? And so this one's a little wider, but both of them on the sides are completely flat. So you can actually extend the height if you want to. And I love that about them. Makes it super versatile. Again, we're sitting at $13.50 for a while here. Also at that $13.50 is this Star Shine background. I love this one. I think a die like this is super versatile. And this one has the pierced detail as a separate panel from the A2 die that can cut that out. So you can cut them together if you want to, but you don't need to. I had already cut this blue piece of cardstock to the size I wanted, so I was able to just line it up on the panel and not worry about accidentally cutting off too much on one side or the other. So I absolutely love that. That detail is just gorgeous. This is the stitched star-filled background, and it's meant to be a stitching die. Again, the pattern is separate from the A2 die that will cut it all out, but I don't stitch things. I just don't. But I have used it here, and there's a little bit of black glitter cardstock in the background behind it. It's hard to catch on camera, but you get this little pop of glitter and shimmer when you tilt it in the light. I love this one. Again, I just love any kind of textural element that I can put in a background for a quick and easy card without having to do a ton of ink blending. Sometimes I don't want to risk getting ink all over everywhere. So this one is also $13.50 down from $27. I have 3 press plates that are $13.50 down from $27. And remember, you can hot foil with a better press plate. And actually my better press plates hot foil better than my hot foil plates. So worth noting, this one is the buffalo plaid and I've used it here. First impression was absolutely perfect. I was sort of shocked and I just used like a regular black dye ink. I didn't even use the better press ink. So I love that one. This one gives this confetti sort of snowfall. And again, you absolutely could use this as snow, but you can stamp this, you can hot foil this, you could do effervescent bubbles coming up, you could do an underwater scene. This would be so much fun that way. Sprinkled confetti. And then this one is the candy cane stripes. I have given away all of my card samples with these two, but I think it's easy enough to kind of see the pattern that you're getting. And it is a little bigger than an A2 for both of these, so you don't have to worry about exact perfect placement of your card panel. So really, really great options at $13.50 down from $27. All of the Envelope of Wonder dies have been a favorite for the past year and a half. This is Christmas Wonder, and you get a ton of different pieces in here. $13.50 still. And here I just added a couple small pieces to decorate otherwise a really simple card. I love that when you add a little texture, the whole design gets elevated. This is the Christmas wreath add-on, again at $13.50. I love this one. I used it in my Stress-Free Card Making Summit class because it is so versatile. You can do tons and tons with it. We have our Christmas tree and stuff, but we also have a snowman. I just stole the top hat. That Season's Greetings is in here as well. So I have a really simple card here, but it's the tree. The tree gets me every time. I love it so much. And if you don't feel like die cutting all those little ornaments, I just added little gems on this one. And then there's that star background. That's the pierced plate one, not the stitching one. So lots and lots of options with this guy. Then this is the Halloween Atom from the Not Your Ordinary card. But I took that cat, here's my cat, and I turned it into a Christmas cat. I love it so much. And so I actually created this little mechanism so the hat goes on and off, but there's so many ways to repurpose different pieces in here. And I love this one. This also comes with those stamps. So stamps and die is $13.50 down from $27. I haven't gotten a chance to play with this one yet, but it's so beautiful. The layers of the peacock feathers, oh, they are absolutely gorgeous. It's Kaleidoscope Peacock, $13.50 down from $27. This one's a sneaky favorite. It's Labels 36. I'll have a link below. He's sometimes hard to find just by searching the name of it, but it's a really unusual shape. And so I've used it a couple of ways on this card. You get all these dies. They are $14.99 down from $30. These two die sets really surprised me when they came out last winter. It is the Fresh Picked Anemones, and I love this in the red here, but I showed you another card earlier with the anemones in pink. I just think it's so stunning. So these are $15 down from $30. This is the fresh picked berries. It's meant to have a particular layout on an A2 card front, but I repurposed some pieces to try to make this my own. Again, $15. Really, really great options. If you like that interesting layout, it's like a really specific design style. There are tons of fresh picked items on sale, so just look for fresh picked. This is the Coastal Escape View. It goes with the Windows with a View collection, but this die set is bigger than the rest of them because you get a window for like a porthole for a boat and all of the elements you need to build a scene in that same die set. So I love that this one is sort of a standalone. Again, $15 down from $30. Have we talked about how much I love Wicked? I made some themed gift boxes using some small die cuts, some paint pens, and then a little bit of rub-ons here on the back. This is supposed to be a snowflake, but I turned it into Galinda's wand, and I love these. This is using the gift box die from Spellbinders. Sorry, he tried to run away from me, but it's just one die. You cut it twice, and then you sort of seal it up on the sides and the bottom. A little ribbon on the top is $15, down from $30, and I think is really awesome. I used a die to cut circle holes in the side, but you certainly don't have to. One of my all-time favorites, the stitched Christmas sweater, is $16.50, down from $33, and I love it. You have some stitching options that go with it. I've never used them. I have only ever used the sweater itself and then the little pieces that decorate the sweater, and I make little like shape cards out of them. I love this guy so, so much, and I'm worried that he's been around for 1.5 years now. I'm not sure how much longer they'll keep him, but absolutely amazing. I love this. I have a couple items to share with you that are favorites of mine. They're $20, but they're originally $40, so they are half off. And one of them is this snowflake card creator. You can see how that snowflake absolutely fills an A2 card, and it's so gorgeous, like really, really beautiful. So I love this one a lot. Next is the Envelope of Wonder. This is the base die set for that collection. All of the others are add-ons, but this one has these florals that I absolutely love. It's $20 down from $40, but they are beautiful, whimsical florals. And then there is also a ton of greenery and this envelope die. Let me pull this out of here. If I'm looking at an A2 panel, it fills that A2, and you can put the flap down, and there's a way to create like a little place for that to tuck in. It's super great. I love this a lot. And I have used these florals more than any other floral die set I've ever owned. Next up, we have Summertime Vacay. This was the large die of the month in June, and it is fantastic. So we have an umbrella, an island, some water with like little foamy waves, a sun, a shoreline or a skyline, depending on how you put your card together, and some clouds, and then a beach chair. 2 of them actually, so that they can face each other on the island. So here I've used pieces of it up top. Here's our little beach chair. It's so good. And it's about to get really, really cold in Nebraska. So I could use a little beach action. If you live somewhere warm, please let me know. Be thinking of me. But I love this one. This one is also $20 down from $40. It is a series of press plates. And again, you could hot foil these. The size is pretty good here. These are 2.5 by 3 3/4, and you get all 4. And I just think they're so gorgeous. I just stamped using my Better Press system using some silver ink on top of some white shimmer cardstock, and I love it so much. It coordinates with the die set that's in the same collection, okay? So this is the Lisa Horton holiday collection. It's listed in the collections. I would check out the whole thing because there's really great options here. So that is half price. It just came out this fall, you guys. This one is $20.24 down from $27, and I used it to make this ornament. I'm mostly showing it to you because I gave one of these away in my 12 days of Christmas, and so I wanted to let people know that it is on sale if this is something they were interested in. I absolutely love it. It cuts that sort of pierced detail in the background. And then I used a little wooden frame to make mine. Those are also sold by Spellbinders, but this will create a frame and it gives you like the piece to put on top of the frame, and then all of these different decorator pieces. It looks like stitching, but it's not. There's no stitching here, which means you know that I love this. I have two former small die of the month options that are, again, not half off, but favorites of mine, and we really haven't seen them go on sale much. So this is the Wise Owl from March. It is $20.25 down from $27. And here's what I made using this die set. I mean, it's like it was meant to be. Meant to be. And I'm an English teacher, so anything with books, I am totally in for it. And then this one is the Tropical Friends. And if you were around in May, watching me lose my mind, making card after card with these little critters and little boingy animals, like they're so good. They are so good. Also, $20.25 down from $27. Again, I think if you wait, you may be able to get them at 50% off eventually, but it could take quite a while because these have been very popular. This next one has a soft spot for me. This is Birthday Basics from Simon Hurley, and it is an absolutely enormous stamp set. That's a 6x8, 6x8.5. Huge. And there are coordinating dies that go with it. You can get the whole stamp set with coordinating dies at half price, $22 down from $44. This was the very first image I ever colored for a card, and I gotta say, I'm still pretty proud of it. I've learned a lot since then. This is some really easy, basic coloring that I did here, but you wouldn't even have to do any shading. I think it's a really great starter set. This next one is an all-time favorite. It's on sale at half price. It's $23.49, down from $46.98. It's the layered Cosmos backdrop, but that $23.49 isn't just the press plate. So it's a press plate that's a little bigger than an A2, just like the others. So it's really easy to make sure it's all the way on your card. But it's a bundle that also comes with layering stencils. And there are 6 different layering stencils. They're really easy to line up. And I don't know what it is about this pattern, but I just think that it is absolutely stunning. I have made dozens and dozens of these panels. I love them so much. And then you know I'm here for anything sassy and funny. This is another Simon Hurley bundle. This one is on sale. It's $26 for the stamps and the coordinating dies, down from $52. It's called Silly Goose. So I have a little goose butt here, which is sort of an inside joke on my channel. And then on the inside of this card, I have a few more. I think they're so much fun and a really easy coloring, right? Like I didn't do much at all, just a little bit of shading under his belly, and then the beak, the hat, the feet, really, really simple stuff. And so I think sometimes we think that coloring has to be really complicated, but with a set like this, it really, really doesn't. 2 more I want to share with you just because they're favorites. This is the large die of the month from June 2023. Like it's been around a while. It's on sale for $30 down from $40. It doesn't really get cheaper than that, hardly ever. Maybe once I've seen it cheaper than that. I made a message in a bottle card with a hidden secret message. I'll try to pop up a picture of that on the screen. And then this one is the Classic Tales, and it's so great for any book lover or English teacher. I love the open book. That's what really does it for me. And so this one as well is $30 down from $40. All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful for you. I really just want to help you get the most out of your crafty budget. I know that this hobby of ours can get expensive sometimes, and I am on a mission to make card making more affordable and more accessible. If you're going to do some crafty shopping and you use my links, they're affiliate links, and I do make a small commission from that sale. It just helps me to create more content and helps me to put out more free kits for those who can't afford to do any crafty shopping or who choose to spend their money elsewhere. So I will also link in that description box to the emergency card kit playlist that has all of those free downloads with sentiments, card sketches, and more. I appreciate you spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.